Welcome to today's experience. I'm not here to promote a religion. I'm not even here to promote spirituality. I'm just here to tell you how I got here, to tell you about experiences I've had and where those experiences have brought me, and the suffering that I went through on the way, which actually is the best things ever happened to me. Because during the happy times, nothing really was happening. I thought it was great, but little did I know if I continued to sit in that forest that I was going to have to play catch up later on, and that the suffering was going to get greater. Because that's the game in town. If people began to wake up to the spirit of who they are, they would become powerful. But once you begin to understand that spirit is running the show, then you stop fighting it when it's bringing you towards suffering. You're all running away from suffering. You have to stop doing that. All that you need to do is to go to the suffering with grace. And the suffering is no longer suffering. It is just a release of ignorance. When we begin to hit into our own individual story, that's when it gets most painful. That's when it gets most painful. When we're in the collective consciousness, it's not painful. Because there's a support there, an unknown, unseen maybe, but you know it's there. And so when you're finished with your own shit, you're given the grace to come back to help other beings identify theirs. I don't think there's ever been a time on this planet when we're in a darker place than we're in right now. But the good news is that it's fine. It's just a cycle. That's all this is. In India, they talk about yugas, like they say that we are now coming to the end of the Kali Yuga. That means the end of the dark period or the dark wars. And in order for that to end, dark has to make itself 100% present. So it's going on everywhere and all around us. And I pray and I hope, and I'll even go as far as pleading with everybody in this room today. Wake up. Wake up, because your gift that you're being presented today is you don't have to go in to that darker package. You don't have to. It's an old reality. It's an old concept. It's an old consciousness thought that we have to suffer greatly. We don't. We just have to acknowledge our faults that created the suffering in action in the first place.